Hi, hello, good day. How you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to each and every one of you out there. It's good to have you on our newspaper review right here on Niger Watch. My name is Ima, and I'm reporting live from Lagos, Nigeria. How are you? Where are you tuning in from? Where are you watching me from? Come on, say something to me. Say something to me. Compliments of the season to you, my beautiful people. I hope everything is ready. I hope the gifts are ready, or I hope the gifts are somewhere under the tree. I hope we're getting ready. We are bonding, meeting up with family members. The very reason for the season. I hope it's not lost. All right. Thank you for joining me on this broadcast. Please do also like this broadcast as we proceed. Yes, please do also like this broadcast. Do also share, invite someone onto the broadcast. Yes, come on, let us reason together. Let us dissect the papers. Let us see what our leaders are up to. Let us see who is being wanted by the DSS. Hey, there is problem in the land, though. There is problem. I shouldn't be smiling saying this. There is problem in the land. Come on, join me for our newspaper review. All right, in a minute we'll get to it. Osagbo, how you doing? Good morning to you too. Thank you for being on here. Osage Daddy, how you doing? Good morning to you, sir. It's good to have you on the broadcast. Our dearest mommy diaspora, how you doing today, Mama dearest? Thank you for your time on here as always. And you, hi, how you doing? Yes, you're watching the replay. I hope everything is well with you. Thank you for being on here. It's good to have you here. Yes, it's good to have you here. Please take our time to like this broadcast as we proceed. Thank you very much. And to my panelists, how are you doing? It's good to have you on here with me. Thank you for being here with me. Please do well to like the broadcast before you click on the link, and also take our time to support us. Take our time to show some love to, yes, everybody. Please take our time to show some love. Do well to support us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section, or you could also make do with our account details on the screen. Please engage us, do all to support us by every means possible. And if you are watching the replay, you also have an avenue to support us by clicking on the super thanks option. The super thanks option is just beneath the screen. Yes, this it is equally safe and very secure to do well to engage these options from time to time. Thank you very much. All right. I'm doing fine, Mama dearest. I'm doing fine, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you for asking. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mommy dearest. Thank you. All right, let's move on into the business of the day. Our first paper is going to be The Sun. And on the Daily Sun here, we have Ohaneze alleges incitement of North against Igbo. Debunks reports that 100 Northerners were killed in Southeast. And then we have PDP crisis will be over soon, and that's by autumn. Police tighten news on vote buyers to deploy X squad intelligence officers, investigators to polling booth. And just down here we have Ubuwai and the likes of them got the Sun Awards 2022. All right, so Ohaneze has come out to say that the politicians are the ones inciting the North against the Igbos, and that there was no such thing in the past week that 100 Northerners were killed in the Southeast. That is, there is no truth in that. That's pure lies, and that is propaganded by the politicians, and they're saying that these people are trying to bring division amongst the people, and that it is a warning to everybody to know the truth, to know what's happened. That is what Ohaneze are saying out there. And even there is something from IPOP down there also still debunking that they killed or 100 Northerners were killed in the Southeast in the past week. They've come to debunk that. But I mean, come on, let's really look at it. 100 Northerners were killed in the Southeast, and they're still calm. I mean, okay, but whatever this is, and to think that they're calling politicians, these same politicians that are the ones ruling us, Or are these the aspiring politicians that are being fingered? Because nobody seems to call names. They're all just saying politicians, politicians. And it just goes on to say how the country is like this, how people are not doing what they should do, or people that are in industries are siphoning and they are clearing out the nation's purse. If these same ones are going to, bring us against each other, it says a lot. It says a lot. All right, please join me in dissecting the news. Join me by dropping your submission on the comment section, or you click on the link and join the conversation. But let us review the papers together. All right, and yeah, the police saying they will tighten news on vote buyers, and how they intend to go about this is by deploying X squad, intelligence officers, investigators to pull in both so that they will catch those, those ones that are sold their vote, or yes, those ones that are sold their vote, or those ones that are there sourcing, or marketing or selling or requesting to buy people's votes. Hopefully that they get them, but this is how they plan to. How best can they even curtail this? But this is the best that they are coming up with, and what will be the success rate if this is the route that they apply? What is going to be the success rate? How sure are we? How sure? What result are we going to be getting from this? We don't know about that. But if you have something better, something better that would work like this, please take our time, do well to say something on the comment section. I'll be looking out to hear from you. All right. DA Osadolo, how you doing? Greet you too. It's good to have you right here on the comment section. Please, my people, take our time to like the broadcast as we move. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Let's move on to another paper. Let's move on to the Punch. On the Punch, we have a big story there. Court stops Emefiele's arrest, groups back CBN governor. Our Naira redesign will affect poor Nigerians, and that's by SMEs. Naira redesign will affect poor Nigerians and SMEs, and that's small medium enterprises, and that prediction is by World Bank. Federal government begins 11 power projects, plans plans 3,750 megawatts generation. One thing that captured my attention here is the fact that the federal government are always planning to generate. You see, they keep struggling between 3.5, 3.7, 3, 2.7 megawatt. They keep struggling, but they keep planning to generate. They never get to that point. But oh dear. Going further back the nameplates, we have Air Force battles Zamfara terrorists, 50 bandits, soldiers killed. 50 bandits, soldiers killed. Rising attacks, vote buying threatens polls. Inec cries out. Commission says violence may mar election. Prevents presidential poll winner from emerging. Electoral body plans supplementary budgets to replace destroyed buildings, equipment, and others. IG EFCC boss warned politicians against endorsements. Survey puts 33 states on votes buying watch list. 33. All right, and the picture story will be of Doyin Okukwe on the allegation of money laundering. The news says on money laundering, Okukwe pays 13 million naira, escapes two-year jail. Protests as Lagos policemen on enforcing ban kill motorcyclists. My husband confessed to oral sex with my niece, doctor's wife. Federal government plans 2.4 billion naira rehab centers for repentant terrorists. Okay, we'll be taking the last one. Federal government planning 2.4 billion naira rehab centers for repentant terrorists. The question is, what is the yardstick that is used to evaluate a repentant terrorist? Every time we've been getting repentant terrorists for years now, but we still have these terrorists growing in numbers. And I don't know if it is not logical to know that these people that are being released are going back into this industry, or the fact that they're recruiting more people into their industry, or yes, into their industry. It's supposed to send a strong message. Probably they've seen leniency. They know that they are going to get, when they get caught, they are going to get pardoned. Probably they know that that is why they keep doing this. Else, I don't see why the federal government would want to earmark 2.4 billion naira for rehab centers for repentant terrorists. These people have heavily been pampered. Honestly, all right. I mean, we don't even have centers. We don't have centers for mental health care, evaluation, and all of these things. And the federal government are going to earmark 2.4 for. Buhari's government sure gives a two about this terrorist. I mean, the whole idea for Naira redesign was for people that have money stocked at home to bring it back. Nothing to help curtail insecurity. Nothing at all. Let's move on to another story. Dr. Olaleye, the founder of Optimal Cancer Center, Illusion Center. Dr. Olaleye, his wife entered the witness box yesterday, and there were more revelations on the story. So our niece, who lost her parents in 2019, moved on to stay with the doctor and his wife in 2020, and by March of 2020, Dr. Lolaye has started, started with showing the girl, introduced her into pornography, and then started taking out the act on her much later. And something the wife also said is that she noticed that while all of this were happening, yeah, judging by the recount, and of course, when things like this happens under your nose, the first thing you get to ask yourself is, where was I all of this? Where was I in all of this? How did all of this happen just under my nose and I didn't know all of this? But she has said that she has noticed that in all of that time, she was sleeping. Every time this happened, she was sleeping. She has gone on to plead with the court, to pray the court to, carry out a test on her, that she's sure that her husband drugged her to carry this act. But every time he carried this act in the house, that the husband drugged her, and he takes this girl to places. Oh dear. It takes this girl to places where there are no cameras in the house, and the likes of the driver, as recounted how one time he caught the girl vomiting semen. Vomiting semen. Oh, that's a lot on the poor girl. Well, the doctor is said to have a chronic sex disorder. So that's a thing that the doctor did not know of. And so he has further been allowed to go on therapy. And they said that it is needed and it is important that he finishes his therapy, so that he doesn't, that his case is so severe that it could even be his daughter. It is that dangerous. And it is very important that the doctor has to go through the program. Well, the doctor is going through the program, and let's see if they are going to water down this case on health grounds. Now we are hearing that he has a chronic sex disorder. All right. That's as much as the story. So far, the case is still very much in court. And then the story of protest as Lagos policemen enforcing ban kill motorcyclists. Now, this is the problem. There are two sides to this story. There are two sides to the story. When it comes to human interest stories, there are always two sides to the story. So passerby say that this we can tell, if you're a resident in Lagos, you will know that the bikes, Okada, are coming back gradually onto the road. In bits, you are having them scattered in places. So this policeman went to where these people were parked, and try to enforce the ban. But there was, of course, there sometimes they usually stand these people off, but most times they just run away. Most times you don't even want to be around there because it's always very chaotic. Oh gosh, I can't even continue what I'm saying. Greg, thank you very much. All right, so it is said that the police, started shooting, and one of the bullets hit one of the bikemen. They rushed him to the hospital, but he didn't make it. He lost his life there at the hospital, and of course, the bikemen proceeded to protesting on this. But the statement from the police says that the bikemen went to where these police people were, and they were protesting, and the police people, in a bid to save themselves, they started shooting, and that was what happened. Well, we need to start knowing, having records. We need to hear from the police, and be able to run with their own statements. We shouldn't be having conflicting stories. We shouldn't be having stories that favors one person to the other. But as all of us day like this now, we know the truth, Abi, or don't we know the truth? All right, let's move on to another story. Yes, as I said earlier on, that we need to come together, put our hands together, all wear our thinking cap, and see how we can help INEC. INEC has been crying out; they're always crying out. Now they are saying that the rising attacks and vote buying threatens polls. So how best? See, let's just if you have a submission, you have a thought, you have an idea on how best this can be done, let it be out there. Use your social media handles, go to their own page, tag them, say something. Yes, say something. They don't know what to do. It's good that they've come out to say that. They've come out. It's good that they're saying these things. I mean, the other time they came out, they gave us a loophole, and there were lots of submissions, and a lot of people advising that they double up on their firewall, they strengthen their firewall. Today, I mean, we saw how 117 billion naira was earmarked for that project alone. Make the child use the money well. There is that part too. But if you know something at this point, let us come together and say something. All right. Here we have okay, we've taken that story. And there is still so much unrest in Zamfara. I said that Air Force battles, and they take the killed, or they took down 50 bandits in Zamfara, but some soldiers also lost their life, and it is said that three of their trucks were set ablaze. But there was normalcy and peace was restored to the land, and they were grateful for the military intervention. And kudos to our men, well done, and hope that you keep winning against these people. All right. Let's see what other story we have here. Naira redesign will affect poor Nigerians. The World Bank has said, even though it is a good move, they're saying that we have not changed our currency in 2 decades, and this is long overdue. It is all for the right reason, as it should be, but the timing is just not right. And sitting here looking at it right now, we need to now understand what is happening. And I say that the nation, see, I believe that there's about to be a takeover in our nation if we are not sitting right. The other day, Gordon Emefiele was saying that he is confused on the scarcity. While we were talking about this yesterday, it even became clearer now that there is the court just stopped the DSS from arresting the CBN governor. Do you know what will happen if the CBN governor is arrested? As it is right now, the CBN governor has, there's a whole lot of renovation going on regarding our finances right now. As it is not even really in his hand, because this man is confused that the new naira is not in circulation, and he has said this, and there are allegations on him. So are we going to say that there is, someone is Emefiele has stepped on some really big toes, and that's why they want him out? It doesn't have anything to do with the withdrawal limit. Who is trying to silence Emefiele? Why is it now that DSS has now found a reason to stop me? What is happening? But whoever is trying to sabotage this, whatever is happening, I hope we get the clearer picture sooner, and I hope that we stand for the country, because it looks like Emefiele was onto something, right? And somebody or some group of people or persons are trying to use. Maybe he's guilty in all of this, but is it just now that he's being found guilty? What I mean, is it just now? These are really big questions. These are really, 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 really big questions. Something. There's a bigger play out here, a bigger power that is trying to see to it that they have all the monies that they want, and everything at the end of the day boils down to the election. Somebody is trying to make the election be business as usual, and Emefiele and the president does not want that to happen. So let's see how this plays out. I hope it doesn't get any more messier or any more dirtier, and I hope everything is going to be for our good eventually. All right. Thank you for being on this broadcast. Yes, please do also like the broadcast, do also share the broadcast. Thank you very much. Mary Kimade, good morning to you too. Thank you for being on the broadcast with us. Thank you very much. All right, let's see what other story we are yet to take on here. All right, I think we've taken as much on here. We'll move on to another paper real quick. Yes. We'll move on to the Vanguard. On the Vanguard here, we have our potent anti-cancer drug awaiting clinical trials. Professor Onyenekwe. Here we have bandits killed 28 in Kaduna. Security personnel. Terrorists killed in Zamfara ambush. Okukwe gets 2-year jail term for money laundering. His conviction won't demoralize me, says Obi. Federal government's VAT CIT revenue rises 25% to 3.5 trillion naira. Governors out to ruin Governors out to ruin 2023 polls by choking opposition. And that's from IPAC. Governors preventing opposition from selling their manifestos in the states. IPAC chair alleges Inec, police, EFCC, ICPC move against money politics. Inec to sign MOU with Nord. Marine transport unions today. Alt official sabotage of elections. Falano urges security agencies. Says anti-democratic forces compromising our polls. And here we have PDP will overcome challenges, says Otom. Maritime workers threaten to shut down nation's ports. Court rejects DSS bid to arrest and detain Emefiele. Protest trail DSS moves. He is not a terrorist, says CSOs. False suit against CBN governor. Protesters warn. Alleged killing of 100 Northerners in Southeast lie from Peterville, Ohaneze. Leah Sheribu, federal government trying to secure our freedom. Do we remember Leah Sheribu from the Boko Haram? The lady was said to have refused to denounce a religion, the one that was left behind. Well, the federal government are trying to secure our freedom. Marketers seek subsidy on diesel to lower petrol price. Okay, so when I saw this news, I was like, ha, another wahala. Looks like this petrol scarcity, or not just petrol scarcity, the hike. And yes, the hike in price is going to really, really linger. And there's another reason. Another reason has been projected as to why there is there's hike increments in petrol price and also scarcity. And they're saying that the diesel, and we know how much diesel goes for, and you wanted the connection because these trucks are powered by diesel. So by the time they add all this rising diesel cost to the landing cost, right? At the end of the day, now still we go the pay. So if they truly want subsidy to be felt, to be enjoyed by Nigerians, they should also apply subsidy on diesel. And we know that the government are complaining that there is no money. In fact, they are struggling with the current. So see, my people, the government are struggling with the current subsidy that they've made us to believe that has been sorted out already. Anyways, they're struggling with it, and they said that come next year that they'll be taking off subsidy. So the marketers asking for subsidy on petrol, on diesel. Make we just the queue they go. Let us just keep getting a spot at this thing, because I don't know how is that. That's just double wahala now. That's just double wahala. I don't know how this is going to work. If the government will be looking into that, this whole for matter, it doesn't even look like they're even asking us. And the marketers, see, my people, let's just keep your money, budget. I heard of a woman on the radio who, like, when you step out, if you're using public transport, even when you intend to buy fuel, you don't even know when you go to the fuel station and you're asking what's the pump price today. That's what you're asking. That is if you remember to ask after staying on the queue for so long, if you remember to ask. So this woman, she was pleading with the conductor because the fare as at yesterday and 2 days ago, wasn't the fare as at the day that this happened. And she was begging and said she had budgeted herself. This is what to take her from this point to this point, and this is what she intends to eat with, and all of that. And all of that fell on deaf ears because not everybody could beg conductor. Who conductor won't answer at the end of the day? So it took well-meaning Nigerians, to see to it that her fare got sorted, and also gave her some change to go on with. It is that uncertain, and It is that destabilizing. As I also said, or as I always say, that time that people are supposed to be out there being productive, you have to, quickly rush whatever you're doing and go source for this product. And as I say that every other product, this is like our main means of power, because this is controlled, this is certain, you can bank on it. That's when you have either diesel or you have fuel. These ones are certain. But if you're going to deal with the electricity, with the this power holding guys, it is uncertain. You can wake up and not know why you do not have light for 2 days. So, and if your business, relies on power, you won't just stay. That's why I always say that this is our main source. Now, this main source, you have to kill before you get it. All right, let's move on to another story. It is not pleasing to hear that the federal government are trying to get this young lady. How long is it? I mean, they did not. How long is it? How long did it take them to get the likes of Nnamdi Kanu? How long did it take them to get the likes of Sunday Go? How long? But it's going to take this ones. It's going to take them this long to get this lady. But they are releasing people. We saw in the news the other day of the Chinese nationals that were released after, was it 2, 3, 4 months that they were held up, or it was a matter of weeks that they were held up. Now, this lady has been in there for years, and the government are saying that they are trying to secure her freedom. All right, and it's been, and yes, it can't be said enough of the alleged killing that is going on. Okay, the alleged killing that is going on in the north. So, sorry, in the southeast. So, Ohaneze also are trying to let us know that the issue is not as reported over here. That it is, it is exaggerated to bring conflict and to bring enmity between these two people. And they've also gone out to okay, says report is politically motivated and calls for investigation of alarmists. But they also went on to say that this moves or this news are propagandized by politicians. These moves are okay. And on here you have people who say that the East is very calm. It is not as you read there. So wow. So are people paying main media to put out the stories? It's amazing. So it's good if you are there in the East and these things are not happening. Please also speak out. When you see in the news that, oh, so thing is happening somewhere or just happened, and you are there and you say nothing is happening there, you are just saying make a video and put out there, say these pictures are not, they do not tally. But that's the only way that we'll know for sure that something is wrong. And it's going to be going forward, it's going to be a case of what we see. It's not going to be a case of just what is in the papers. I think if this media continue, they keep being biased, it's going to get to a point that they will just find way they play video for newspaper. They'll just find way put videos, because that's the only way that people will begin to believe submissions. That's the only way that people will begin to believe the things that they read on here. It is debasing for any main media to put out the stories when they are not true, knowing the kind of damage that it could bring to the land. But if you people in the southeast, this is happening and you people are denying it, please do not be used to bring chaos to the whole Nigeria. Please do not be used. All right, let's see what other story we have here. All right, we've taken, okay, so now there's something interesting about this paper, right? Talking about courts rejecting DSS bid to arrest and detain Emefiele. So there are this group of people that came out to protest, and we're wondering, what are you protesting for? If they say someone is involved in money laundering, what say you did protest for? It is going to be a case of what? A case of evidence. It's going to be a case of the court verdict, what the court is going to judge him on, and which is going to be based on evidence. So I don't understand who is mobilizing people to say you go and protest. It really doesn't make sense, and I hope they know that it really doesn't change anything. Protesters are warning DSS against arresting Emefiele. Wonderful, this country. So they, of course, now, of course, and I'm not saying that Emefiele. I'm just saying right now, Emefiele should not be arrested right now. This is, or cannot be arrested right now. That is my submission. Right now, he should not, because the Minister for Finance, budget, she was not even consulted about the whole withdrawal policy, about the Naira redesign. They all came out here saying they do not know about it. The only person that knows about the state of our finances right now with the whole restructuring is Emefiele and the president. And they want to arrest this one. And this is the same president that the wife has already told us the health condition that he has. So are we sure that he's going to remember the things that they have planned out? So that's why I am saying that Emefiele cannot. They should just allow him finish this. When he's out, they can pick him up. They can. He should answer to the questions, but he should do the handing over. Let's have someone else, or let's. Oh dear, this is really getting messy. This is really getting, and really getting messy in a time where we know that our political laws are, are fighting. The NAS, the reps are fighting against the withdrawal limits. The parties are already, they've spoken out to say that this is going to hinder, or is going to hinder, yeah, political errands, so to say, and outings and things to be done, like how would they pay their statesmen and all of that. So a whole lot of people have heard their opinion on why they think that this withdrawal limit should not happen. So we don't know if that is what is biting, has come biting at Emefiele right now, or Nemesis has just caught up with him. That's why they say that. Okay, so with this Emefiele story, I'm just going to say, you have plans, so you know where you want to be tomorrow. I heard my boss saying something, I think yesterday, that there are some things that you do, or 2 days ago, there are some things you do, you know that you have ruined your chances of becoming a public officer. You have plans to rule the nation someday. The things that you are doing today, the things that you did yesterday, are the things that will speak for you when you get there. Let's try to be good people. Let's stop playing smart. Let's stop being dubious for the sake of tomorrow. We do not live for today, we live for tomorrow. So everything that we are doing today, let's consider tomorrow. Look at things like this. All right, we have someone in the house. Let's hear from him. Brother Nice, it's good to have you on here. Thank you for being here. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good morning, Miss Emma. I'm fine, and you? How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, Brother Nice. Thank you.
Yeah. What is
All
the?
right, so we have the Emefiele story that you brought on. I think 2 days ago you brought this on with the old stamp duty fraud allegation that is on here. The DSS made move to arrest Emefiele, but the court stopped the move. And the reason that the judge stopped, she said, reason best known to her. So also what I have quoted, that right now the country, you cannot, with what is going on with the country right now, with the whole redesigning and all that, they say that you cannot just take him out right now, that there's going to be chaos in the country if Emefiele is arrested, and the country, we can't afford it right now. So for now, they stop DSS from arresting him. How do you react to this?
Yeah. Uh. Yeah. Greetings to all the people on the comment section. Those on the all Nigeria watch family around the world. Yeah. This Emefiele of a man. This man is he has involved himself in different kind of allegedly he has involved himself in different kind of issue which need to be investigated. You understand? The one that I was telling you about, when that guy Ganduji said he has to go and ask for a president for president to give him the right to investigate this Emefiele, that he has the information that 89 trillion were being stolen by this Emefiele. 89 trillion. Do you know how much is that? So now the man said President Buhari to give him go ahead. He gave him the power to investigate Emefiele and to detain him as well. That he has already called DSS to do that. So I don't see any reason why court will stop DSS. They need to probe him right away. They need to probe him without no delay. You understand? They will replace him with another competent person, someone trustworthy. That's what they need to do. Emefiele need to be pro immediately. You understand? Because this thing they are doing, they want to destabilize the economy of the country. They want to collapse that economy. How can somebody allegedly stolen 89 trillion? Huh. So we have never even thought of the one that have happened before, the corruption that has been going on before between this Emefiele and other politicians, the money they have stolen. This one now is 89 trillion. That money need to be that money need to be investigated, and that money need to be recovered and let it come back to Nigeria Treasury. If not, that economy will collapse immediately. Nigeria economy will collapse. So you said it right now that if I heard you well, you said it is not now that Emefiele should not be arrested. Missima, I disagree with you. Emefiele need to be arrested, and they need to replace him with another competent person, and he need to be probed. That is my decision for now. You know, and the federal government plan to give 2.4 billion naira to rehabilitate.
We'll come back. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Let's talk on the CBN governor for now. So I'll come to you. Let's talk to Mr. Chibuzo, please. Mr. Chibuzo, how are you doing? Good morning to you, sir. It's good to have you on here.
Thank you, Miss Emma. Brother Nice, thank you. Good day, everybody. Good day, people commenting below. Good day, everyone listening. Miss Emma, you know, these our leaders are playing with the mind of Nigeria. It's so good that social media managed to come out, unlike our traditional way of doing things, right in the days, whereby for you to get information, you need to wait, or you listen to radio, or you go to television, then if there is no light, you mind your own business. Whatever information you get from he who said, then you believe. So, but thank God for social media. Social media can be able to pinpoint and do things accurately. Sometimes it's fake, I understand, but at least 90% of it uh, are being true. I want to say something that is very important in Nigerian leadership. If everybody can agree with me on this, you see, Nigeria has been running a military style of government, and we don't acknowledge this. How can a sitting governor, a sitting CBN governor, a minister of finance, a minister of agriculture, a minister, any administration, they are not independent on themselves. Anything they want to do, they need to say, let me go and ask. They cannot be able to take decision for themselves. A governor cannot take decision for himself. He have to contact president. A minister can't take decision for himself. He have to contact president. No leadership in Nigeria that is flowing according to the way you are positioned there for you to exercise that position and execute it. If you listen to Nigerian politicians and the Nigerian leadership, everything they do is let me go and ask first before I do this. Let me go and ask before I do this. And on the process of action and doing that, that is where everything gets wrong, because people don't have decision by themselves. Because if you do it on your decision, you lose your post immediately because you didn't take order from above. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying, Mr. Nice. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hello?
Yeah, I understand you very well, Mr. Shibuzo.
Yeah,
Carry on.
yeah, right. So if you manage to see the way our governors, our administration run, it runs in a command of the above. If the above did not give order, there is no execution, and things will not function the way we do things. Nobody is independent in Nigeria, as I'm talking to you, and that is why you see things are going wrong. You know. So, and let me come to that CBN governor of a man called Emefiele. You know, He says, so this is something that I don't know what is wrong with us Nigerians. How can somebody steal such a money and we are here romancing him? You know, without a proper investigation, EFCC, I don't know what they are doing. All these crime institutions, what are they doing? They are not doing things that can benefit Nigerians. They are doing things that can benefit the politicians. Those are in power. Even the EFCC, they are not still independent as I'm talking to you. Before they will go for arrest, they have to ask order from above. That is show you how our system is being done. We are running a military style of government. We are not running democracy. We are not running democracy here. And that is why you see things are going wrong. I don't know what is wrong with our system. Our system is completely disarray. It's not functioning. You know, things are not well done. That is my take for now. Let's give it a chance. Thank you.
Yeah,
All
Mr.
right.
Sibuzo, Miss Ima, please let me just add to what Mr. Sibuzo said.
All right.
You see, in this place, is this situation right now? Yeah, is a judicial procedure. In this place, there's a police they call judicial police. Those are the one that is responsible in this kind of situation. It's not the president. The president don't even need to involve himself when it concerns judiciary. You understand? It is when that person is already being proved. The president will be seeing the case through his information. Minister of Information is the one that will be briefing the president how the case is going. That man is supposed to be arrested by the judicial police, taken direct to court. Then when he's in court, that is when they will brief the president that look what is going on in this case. Then the president himself, he will just leave everything to the judicial to take care of it. The president will not involve himself. But it's in Africa, you see president is doing the work of the judiciary. He's doing, Miss Ima, continue. That is what I just want to say.
All right. I'm guessing all those VC that Emefiele paid to the president in Naira paid off for him. But okay, let's see how this story unfolds even more. Let's take this comment by Samuel Olaka. By the way, Mr. Makirabo, welcome to the broadcast. Good to have you here. Good morning to you too. Samuel Olaka, thank you for being here. Mayan, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Samuel Olaka says Emefiele does not need to return stolen money to stop the economy from collapsing. Economy that is already collapsed is not dependent on Emefiele. All right. Thank you. Thank you for your submission. Please talk to us through your comments. Thank you. Okay, very nice. Let's go back to the other story. Federal government plans 2.4 trillion naira, 2.4 billion naira rehab centers for repentant terrorists. Yeah, that's it. That's the story.
I should
Miss
continue.
Ima, let me just chip in a little bit. Miss Ima, who is the terrorist? Is it the people from the south? Is it? No, 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 no. No, there is a name called Boko Haram. There is a name called terrorist. A terrorist is a when somebody is making you unrest, then terrorizing your peace, terrorizing your environment, making you unrest. That is terrorism. Boko Haram is a name, is a group of organization that call them Boko Haram. But when it comes to terrorism, your child can be a terrorist to you, making you unrest on your own house, terrorizing your peace. So now, when we are romancing these terrorists, who are we going to romance? The ones in the north or the ones in the south, or generally in a general in the whole Nigeria? That's what I want to chip in there.
Yeah, Miss Ima, it's my turn, right? I should continue.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Who is terrorist, who is not terrorist, that is not my concern. My concern is that they release 2.4 million, 4 billion to create, to rehab center, to rehab center for terrorists. This money now, they just released to rehab terrorists. Where were this money when they were flooding in Nigeria? Where is this money in the hike of this thing, inflation in Nigeria? Where is this money? When a cup of gari, a bag of rice now is almost about 60,000. Where is this money to relieve Nigerian suffering? So you now brought this money to go and rehabilitate people that is distorting our nation, killing people. That is my problem. So you see that misplaced priority that I always tell you, that is what is going on right now. That's what is going on. These people that will benefit this money now is still the same, all these jihadists, all those Boko Haram, and the one that give different names, banditry and all those, they are Fulani kingsmen that is terrorizing the whole nation. Those are the people that will still benefit this money. People that have killed a lot of people, rape, caused mayhem in Nigeria, the full nation as a whole. They are still going to receive money from Nigerian state to rehabilitate these people, to give them wife, to give them milk, to do Christmas for them. People, to send many of them to abroad to go and study. Then common Nigerians does not kill anybody, that is looking for their daily bread. Nigeria did not inject this money to their suffering, to relieve their suffering. You see that Nigerian state under Buhari is using our money to relieve the pain of Boko Haram, but he leave ordinary commoners, ordinary Nigerians that is suffering on the street to fend for themselves. But they are injecting money to rehabilitate Boko Haram in our nation. This one never tell you that this Buhari is working, is pampering this Boko Haram to continue this disaster in our nation. So now they are go leave on. You understand? Make other people continue, because this one is just crystal clear to all of you to know that this man is this Buhari government is terrorist, and they are
It's actually
funding.
very brazen. It's a very bold move. A very, very bold move. It's bad enough that these people, they keep rehabilitating these people, releasing these people, all in the name of being repentant. Yes, these people are
The,
killing and still kidnapping us in numbers, and they are,
the
and you are
money
still
Nigeria
trying
State,
to make this a federal government project.
the money Nigeria State supposed to use to
Buhari
develop our
himself
country,
is the one that's this is
the money that
it's
they're supposed to use to develop the country, the money they're supposed to give stable life to Nigeria. Nigeria State are pumping it to rehabilitate terrorists. Public fund.
it, it's unfair. It's unfair for a northerner to still want to retain power. Truly. Because I mean, you people have had it better. All right, brother nice. Let's move on to someone else. I'm sure Mr. Chubuzo wants to talk to us already. Mr. Chubuzo, how do you react to this federal government project?
Yeah, Miss Emma, it mustn't be surprise to you to see such a atrocity act from the government. This is a government that mosquito can go to CBN and hijack everybody and took billions of dollars and fly. It's the same country, mosquito will go to every bank and surround every workers and they hijack everybody and they demand for ransom. This is the same country, cockroach will enter any financial institution and harass everybody and collect everything and go, and nobody will say anything. And this is the same country, the government are inviting mayhem to the citizens that they are governing to come and kill them and collect ransom. And they romance them after apprehending them, claiming, I don't even know if at all they arrest them. They are just telling us they arrest them. And when you look at the kind of, if they show you those people they said they arrest, when you look at their physiques, you will see that these people are just commoners who are going on their daily basis. I don't see that I don't see that insurgency in them. But the government will come and present these people to us and say that these are the people we have caught. Instead of them to tell us that these are people they have welcomed from Niger and they make them Nigerian citizens, we will now agree that, okay, we agree to accept these people. Now they are labeled them to Boko Haram. If you can show any picture of those groups that they have said they have captured, when you look at their physiques, they don't look like a terrorist to me. They look like casual people who are suffering, people who are being apprehended somewhere and come and picture to us and say, this is the people they caught. Look at that kind of money the Buhari government are injecting in them. Just like Brother Knight said, where were that money when flood the people of Nigeria were victims of flood? Where were that money? Where even during the COVID? Where is this money? Look at the kind of area we invest. Let me ask you something. These people will keep on investing our money to. What is our profit? What is the benefit of Nigerians? What are they going to give Nigerians? Are they reasonable? Are they going to improve the economy of Nigerians? What are their purpose of even rehabilitating so-called uncle of them, called their uncles? They say it's a Boko Haram. Because these people are imported, or these are people who cross the border, they catch them, and they say they are Boko Haram. I mean, if you go to those pictures they said, look at the physics of those people, you will see that I don't see any terrorists in them. These are casual people who are suffering, trying to find their daily bread. Now Nigerian government caught them and label it to us and said, this is Boko Haram. At the same time, they now romance them very well and giving them all kind of a presidential pardon. This is the same country. Our judicial system give order that it does not work. This is the same country. The law is very selective. They know who to prosecute and who not to prosecute. Miss Emma, we are not going to get it right. These people have invested a lot in the Nigerian underground system, so that they will keep on, terrorizing Nigerian people to make sure that we will never see the light of the day. That's why they keep us on darkness. How many of the Northerners, according to Atuku, are into social media? As you are broadcasting right now from Nigeria, how many of the Northerners that is into this social media trying to talk to their own people or talk to Nigerians in general? How many of them? Because they are less concerned. They are not aware of what is happening. They are being blindfolded. They don't want them to see the light of the day. Both their women, they will tie their women, close their eye, close their nose, close their leg, not to move anywhere. Any person you close your eyes, how can he see? Any person you close the nose, how can he perceive order? This is the kind of government that this government have bring to us to make sure that we never see the lights of the day. What we are hearing is billions and billions. Where is this billion are coming from? How is the federal government are generating all these billions? Is it not the same oil they are stealing from? And this oil are not being used from the place this oil are being extracted from. Now you are using this oil money to go and rehabilitate people who came inside this country to kill the citizen of this country. That you and your so cronies, your clowns, engineer to bring all these people to make sure that Nigerian people die so that you can take over Nigeria. Miss Emma, nothing is going to work. All these things they are just talking is, we are just listening to them on the TV. listening to them on the television, those who have power to see television, because I believe there's a lot of people who go months, they don't even watch TV. Even their phone are off. They don't even have power to even hear anything, you know. So things are going very, very wrong in Nigeria, Miss Emma. We need to make sure that these people, we uproot them. All those medicine they dig in the ground, we need to uproot it and make sure we burn them out and make sure that these people leave power. And the P2B, when P2B came to power, I believe that every system will rehabilitate itself. Thank you.
All right, brother, nice. All right, let's have it, please.
Okay, yeah, just 1 minute. Do you know that the day before yesterday, our immigration police arrest some foreigner? This foreigner, they were having our PVC for election to vote. People from Cameroon, people from Chad. I don't, Miss Ima, do you get it? Do you see the video? Yeah.
No, I did. No, I haven't.
Okay. TVC News. They carried the
Okay.
news yesterday, so they were debating on it, speaking on it. Foreigners were arrested by our immigration police. Those foreigners were having our PVC for this election to vote. People from Cameroon, people from Chad, people from Niger, people from Ghana, people from different countries in Africa. And most of these people, the funniest thing, they said these people were arrested before, deported, and they came back again. That's to tell you how porous our border. That's Buhari do this deliberately, not to secure our border. He just want these people to be walking from their country to Nigeria every day to come and vote. Thank you, Misima.
All right, brother, nice. Thank you for bringing that in here. Mr. Chooks, how you doing, Mr. Chooks? Good to have you on the broadcast.
Yeah, good morning, Miss Emma. Good morning, Brother Nice, and I think it's Mr. Chibuzo, and those watching us. I don't know what you want me to deliberate on. I actually don't, I met the last this in
Right.
the panelists speak on, so I don't know which one you want me to speak on, or if you're gonna enlighten me on what you are.
Okay, federal government's plans. Federal government plans 2.4 billion naira rehab centers for repentant terrorists. So this is a federal government project.
Okay. Um, I don't know, but it's just like Brother Nice said, where was this money when there was flood in Nigeria? Because except if something was done then, but I never heard that the federal government intervened. I think we even discussed it this here during the time of Bayelsa. And most people, there are some people, I don't want to call names, and I want them to speak on this because then they were attacking the state governments. What did they do with the ecological fund and all that? For you, it's the only pity I have for Nigerians is February 25th, 2023. After February 23, 25th, 2023, if Nigerians love what is happening to them, I will kiss Nigeria and Nigerians goodbye. Let them carry their cross. Because I don't even know how to think about this. People that are killing you, your government said they are setting money aside to make sure that they live happily. And you that are the citizens who are paying all kinds of money to make sure that the country stand. Are being left on your own when it matters. You see that flood. I've said it several times here that by next year, we don't know the result or the 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 issues that will come up with this flood. We have never seen them. But I assure you, by next year, we will count our chickens. We will know the true situation of things. So the everything anybody is crying upon today ends in 2023 if Nigerians want. I'm not gonna beat too much about this. We all know what has been happening in this regime. This is it. This is it. Even the most foolish somebody, right, cannot fathom how people that are killers, you are making plan with billions of naira, and those who are struggling to survive their own country every day are left on their own. There's nothing to say. In fact, P2B don't even need to continue this campaign. What Nigerians hear on TV every day should be there for them to make their decision. He doesn't even need to continue this campaign, wasting his energy, wasting his resources, in fact, suffering. What have P2B got to lose if he doesn't become the president of Nigeria? What have I got to lose if anybody becomes the president of Nigeria? We are all here because we are patriotic. We are all here because we want that country to move forward. Many of us who come up here to speak have nothing to lose, even though we have families down there. Man died but only once. Those who survive moves on. So the problem is Nigerians, not even these people we are talking about. We will shout under 1 minute. The next minute, Ima, let's call a spade a spade. When we say Nigerians forget, we say, oh, don't say that, it's some Nigerians. Yes. We always come here, we try to build an image for where there's no image. We build an image where there is no image. If Nigerians don't forget, yesterday was Boko Haram feeding on whoever they want, kidnapping people, and no reaction. Day before yesterday was us being on strike, and our children have spent 8 months on strike. No reaction, and we keep forgetting it, and we're even not allowed to say it as it is. It makes me mad. It makes me angry. When all these things are happening, nobody, no action, no nothing. Look at the kind of thing that Inec is telling us. Every day, Inec will come up with one stupid news, and we digest it and say it's okay. Ima, I beg, let me leave it here. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating.
Misima, please, let me just say something about what Mr. Chuk said now. Misima, let me just tell you the truth. If it's not because of some few good people in Nigeria that does not have anything to do with this evil that is going on in Nigeria, I would have said Nigeria goodbye. Because you see this some good-hearted Nigerian that is here fighting for Nigeria. There are a lot of Nigeria who does not share the same belief and the same this thing. We are busy here fighting for that country to become a better place, for these people that are suffering there to have a better life in Nigeria. But do you know that a lot of Nigerians are happy that these leaders have make them become a tout on the street? They are still happy for it. They are still fighting for these same people that we are fighting to make sure that they don't become the president of this country. These same people that turned them to tout on the street, they are still fighting for them to become the next president of Nigeria. As me and you now, as we are talking right now, fighting for Nigeria now, fighting to make sure that we find a way to make sure we avoid the problem of this insecurity. This Fulani that has invaded our land. Do you know that our fellow brothers are busy killing themselves? All those cold boys. They are killing themselves. Instead of them to come together to defend their own land, but they are busy killing their own self. It's just like what you said now. He said we are fighting for a place where there is no light, a place where there is no, where we don't supposed to fight. Nigeria don't worth dying for, I'm telling you. Mr. Peter Obi is suffering. This man, look the way they are assassinating the good people that is trying to make Nigeria great again. They are assassinating these people. But these same people that these people are they are killing them for, they are busy killing themselves. People that are supposed to use their courtesan to defend their own land against this Fulani, they left Fulani to invade their land. They are killing their own self. I'm telling you, I'm here every day cracking my own brain. But these people we are fighting for, they are killing themselves. They even carry this fight now, they carry it to South Africa. They are killing themselves in South Africa. We have not even talked about Ghana. Why can't they channel this strength to resist this government?
Listen, nice. As you are speaking, one is done already yesterday.
You don't know how many updates I got every day. If I send you the updates I'm getting every day, even what they are doing right now, if they kill themselves, they will use their rivalry, they will use their body parts to fortify their own self. They will use it for sham. That's what they are doing right now. They cannot do that sham to fight Fulani. That is Nigeria for you. These same people we are fighting for, they are busy killing their own self, reducing their self. So that at the end of the day, when they will now wipe themselves away, Fulani will take over Nigeria. If it's not because of people like some few people, good people that are still there, my brother, Nigeria is not rich where they fight for. Thank you.
Brother, nice. Okay, there's a lot of venting on the broadcast today. Mr. Pansat, how you doing? Good to have you on here, sir. Good morning to you, sir.
How are you, Emma? Good morning to you. And to Brother Nice, that's Godson the Great, Chibozo, Ade, Chooks,
Mr. Pansa, where were you all this while? You just disappear in action. You didn't see when Mosquito is hijacking CBN and taking all the billions from government. You didn't hear about it.
I've been.
No, he was on a different platform fighting for us. I saw him.
Exactly.
Mr. Pansat,
yes,
listen,
sir.
I greet you, I salute you because the way you are punching left and right and the taking punches, man. I said I can't even come out on that kind of.
I mean,
it's great. You are doing a good job. And one thing I must say, most times they come back to say, "Hey, you are right." Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And by the way, that sentiment it's reciprocal. I see you fighting ever since I've been on this platform. It's like redundant for me to be here when you're here and others here, almost everybody here, actually everybody here, and those in the comment section, especially our Mama diaspora. But I know that this is coming to an end here, so let me just make my comments really quick. It's quite sad that first of all, we're winning, we're gonna win. I trust Mr. Mike Igini, former resident electoral commissioner from Akwa Ibom State. He's said it's not going to be easy to rig this election. I don't care what anybody is talking about. They are not Mike Igini. Barrister Mike Igini is not corrupt. He was very happy that Buhari signed the Electoral Act of 2022. So The second thing we have to look at is Buhari's body language. First of all, Buhari has been one of the biggest problems that we've had in that country. He's popular in the north. He's run elections in the past 3 or 4 times and he lost. 3 or 4 times he lost. He only managed to win this election because Tinubu conspired with him to remove a civilian, a gentleman, Goodluck Jonathan, who was a decent president. Was he Jefferson? No. Do we deserve a Jefferson in that country? No, we don't. You get the leaders you deserve. But he was the next step. And he made a lot of mistakes, but he was a civilian, he was a gentleman. Certainly didn't deserve to be removed by Buhari. That is for sure. The whole country knows that. For the fact that APC, in almost any other country, even African countries, third world countries, there's nobody who's going to have the kind of record APC has, and they even come out to talk. The youth, look at us, look at our kids, look at our mothers. On top of that, they're infested with terrorists. So, Emma, I look at you as a very cosmopolitan person, right? I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. I want you to give me your honest answer. This is not, I have no agenda. I just want you to tell me. Buhari is the president of our country. He's from the north. He's a Muslim. He's respected over there, good or bad. And then somebody like Simon Ekpa, it's not elected by anybody. He's in a foreign country, Finland, who, let's say, a third party wants to tell one of these leaders to admonish his people and tell them to stop, and they will obey. And they will obey. Who's more equipped to do that? Buhari, if he tells his herdsmen, his Fulani herdsmen, both international and local, to stop killing other tribes, stop invading their farmlands, stop sacking villages in the Benue, in the east, in the west. Take your cattle and get the hell out of there. Or Simon Ekpa telling people who are defending their lands in a good or bad way. Who's going to be more effective in telling his people to stop? Buhari or Simon Ekpa?
That'll be President Buhari.
Yes. So on that first question, even for efficiency's sake, those people who are wasting their breath, knowing that we're in trouble, the country is sinking, we're not united, we've been practically destroyed. Our economy is destroyed. When our kids try to protest, they're shot at. And they don't even present the body. If the Shias in Zaria wants to protest, they're shot at, 1,000 killed. They don't produce the body. They have a shambolic hearing. They don't, those people are just dead. 1,000 people in
All
Zaria.
right, Mr. That's you need to round up information.
Yeah, so to round up, what I'm trying to say is that this election, number one, is not going to be rigged like that. There'll be a few things here and there. Buhari's body language is one of the things we should be looking at. He has made commitments internationally and otherwise. Do you think Tinubu and his people can rig an election without Buhari's approval? He doesn't have that approval. He does not. So all day I've been busy in meetings where I'm listening in. You have all kinds of people come up here and other places to whip it up. No, this is a different election. The people are awake. Would there be incidents such as this? What's his name? The DG for Obi, things like that. He is convicted of certain things. I associate myself with the remarks of those who say, well, if you pay the fine, then you have to exit the stage. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So I hate to cut off right here, because I had other things I was going to ask you to put in context why I'm saying that to you. Because we are now less than 70 days to this election. We can't be talking all this nonsense, right? We should be mobilized. We have to take this country back, no matter what. So Obi is not walking on eggshells. For those who think that he is, he's not. He's not walking on eggshells, and they're not going to rig an election where if he knows that they rigged it, then he's going to form a cabinet anyway. He's done many times. So go get your PVC, get ready to vote. Buhari is not in support of
All right, Mr.
Tinubu, period. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pastor. Thank you for your submission. Thank you for being on the broadcast. Thank you. Mr. Vine Maxwell, how are you doing today? Good to have you on the broadcast. Let's have your submission in 2 minutes, please.
Thank you so much, Sister Ma. I'm so sorry that I came in late. I don't know if you can just give me a little light on the one I would like to address, please.
Okay. The last thing we are taking is the federal government's plan. So the federal government plans 2.4 billion naira rehab centers for repentant terrorists.
Wow. Thank you so much. Good morning to my co-panelists, our viewers around the world, and those in the comment section. And good morning to you, my brother, my elder brother, Brother Pansat.
Officer Maxwell, thank you very much. It's good to see you. I'm listening.
You're welcome. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It's a system. This is the problem I keep saying in this platform. I know that my own opinion is always different with what the general the generality of the people here. You see, for me, the reason why most of these things are going through unabated, unchecked, the flagrant abuse of power from the top to bottom is because there is no check and balances. The reason why elections are rigged on constant basis is because there are no check and balances. And I hope this time there will be proper check and balances. And if there are strong institutions to punish anybody that gets involved in most of these, atrocities that is going on. Coming to this, bandit, repentant terrorist, I will never support whether you call it de-radicalization or whatever name they call it, using the people's tax, the money of the people, those that they have killed, the survivors of the direct attack of this terrorist are now going to pay tax to fund them, their how do you call it, to rehabilitate them. I don't think that is the right thing to do. These people has caused a lot of mayhem. The foreign direct investment that is fallen so low in that country today is as a result of their actions. Their actions, their ideology. Why are you using the Nigerian people's money to rehabilitate them, to de-radicalize them? How sure are they going to be rehabilitated? How sure? How sure these people, that ideology, I know what it takes to rehabilitate a terrorist. It is not easy. The Americans will tell you what do they call it? This Guantanamo Bay prison will tell you that those that they said that were radical, we have some of them in Ghana. And because of how they have been taken care of, how, some sort of, security, let me say, details are with them always, we've never seen them. We have seen instances, Sister Emma, where the so-called de-radicalized terrorists go back to commit atrocities again and again. It is there. I do not know why the federal government is so eager to invest this kind of money on these people that have brought mayhem, that have caused a lot of misery, bloodshed on the people of the indigenous people of Nigeria. I don't believe, and I will not, for the sake of me and the other people in Nigeria, accept what the federal government is going to do. But who am I? My opinion is just one person's opinion. What is the Nigerian people talking about this? Are they in compliance with what the federal government is proposing? I know that they have tagged them repentant Boko Haram. Where are the Dudua agitators? Where are the Biafran agitators? Have they also called them repentant agitators? If they cannot do this, then you know that the federal government of Nigeria is directly involved in what is going on in that nation. Thank you, and may God bless you, my people.
All right, Mr. Vine, thank you very much for your submission. Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you that has held it down with us on this broadcast. Thank you, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you, Mr. Pansa. Thank you, Mr. Samuel, Mr. Michael. Beautiful lady, thank you very much for being on here. Goluwaga Laditi, thank you, sir. Thank you for being on here. Thank you to each and every one of you. A big thank you. Do also join us on our every broadcast. Do also turn on your notification bell so you get notified every time we go on live. And do also support us by liking every broadcast and also supporting us by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful broadcast. Thank you to my panelists. Thank you very much. I hope you've taken out time to like the broadcast. If you haven't, please, now is a good time for you to like the broadcast. To my panelists, thank you very much. Today we've come to the close of this broadcast. I come to you so you give your final submission. Brother Nice, please, let's start with you.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Simon. You see, those people that they said they are repentant, repentant terrorists. There was I think it was last year when some group of these terrorists surrendered to Nigerian state, said they abandoned terrorism. They don't want to continue with terrorism anymore. These people, because they run out of foodstuffs and water, they were hungry inside the Sambisa forest. They came to surrender to Nigerian state. They said they don't want to continue with terrorism anymore. These terrorists and their wife and their kids, I saw the video when those Fulani governors and all of them, they went to bring them from the Sambisa forest. They start feeding these people. They said they were repentant terrorists. Then when they now spent our state money on them, these people went back to the forest again and started terrorizing Nigeria. These same people. They went back to the Sambisa forest to join their Boko Haram group again to start terrorizing Nigeria after spending our money on them. So these are the things. They are just recycling this same thing in the north. They are just spending our money on these people for no reason. When people in the south, they need this money in different this thing, in sector, you know. So that is the country that we are living. You understand? Peter B is the last hope right now. If Peter Obi don't become the next president of Nigeria, let everybody go their own way, because that country, we are no one in that country. As far as this Fulani is with us, Nigeria is not one. Thank you so very much, Ms. Ima.
Okay, oh, very nice. All right, so let's take this comment by Samuel Laka that says, one day repentant Boko Haram would be medical doctor treating your ailments, possibly do surgery on you. Okay, okay, Samuel, thank you for that submission by you. Okay, move on to Mr. Chibuzo. Mr. Chibuzo, let's have your final submission, please.
Yeah, thank you, everybody listening. Well, the country have already destroyed. You know, there is nothing anybody can do much about it. The only way we can be able to do something now is just to do our best, make sure we change the way our traditional leaders used to do things. Then sometimes we don't put blame on. Sometimes I just put it. Sometimes we don't put the blame on the Fulanis. We blame the syndicate and the corporates that behind all these things. You know, Fulanis have been labeled. Then there is other syndicates. There's other corporate in the south, in the east, in the middle belt. All those syndicates need to be fished out and dealt with. Those who are sabotaging this very proper democracy we are trying to harvest for ourselves. So sometimes we blame a lot on the Fulanis. We see that Fulanis are they are the one present in all these atrocities. But I believe there is people also behind them that is doing all these things. Anyway, thank you. Let me just leave it like that. Thank you for everybody. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chibuzo, thank you. Thank you for your submission and thank you for your time on here with us today. Much appreciated. Mr. Chibuzo, let's have your final submission, sir.
Is it me? Chambers are just finished speaking now.
Sorry, Mr. Chooks. Yes, Mr.
Yeah.
Chooks, please.
Yeah. Well, each and every one of us has said it. We are not looking up to anybody living outside to change the country for Nigerians. This is an opportunity for Nigerians to truly show the love they got for this country. It is difficult for us to go on the street to protest today. But come February 25th, 2023, is the greatest opportunity for us to make our statement. I'm not asking anybody to go out there and die for nothing by protesting. If we can do it the right way, let us acquire our PVCs, go out there in February and vote Peter Obi so that we can begin to build this country. Because the way it is now, there's no way the next government will come in without doing the same thing. This repentant Boko Haram, to my own understanding, are these neighboring countries who are economic migrants, but because they share the same tribe with certain people in this government, they are being given our money to feed on freely, telling us they are repentant Boko Haram. If actually they are repentant Boko Haram, you cannot tell me that a repentant Boko Haram is more of our citizens than those who flood, destroy their farms, destroy their homes, and nothing is done to these people, but you are interested in somebody who is a killer. There's no justification for that. So I am urging every Nigeria, go get your PVC and do your duty on 25th of February 2023. Thank you and God bless everybody.
Okay, all right. Before we move on, I think I'll be passing the question on to Mr. Pansad. Mr. Pansad, there's a question on here
Yeah.
from Samuel Taka that says, please let me ask this question to the platform. Is it a law passed by the National Assembly for the government to use our national treasury to fund repentant Boko Haram?
Well, that's a good question. It looks like a rhetorical question. The government, the president, it's a very powerful position, and he has inherent powers and a lot of departments that can find a way to do that. And that is not the worst thing they're doing. If in fact they're radicalizing these people, which means taking a person from extreme views to a more moderate position, fine. But if you elect a president who has an agenda contrary to yours, he's like a god to us in that country. So the only thing we pray is that we don't get a president who is not for us, who's not a patriot. Because God help you if that happens. But legally, a president can do a lot of things. If this president removed a chief justice without doing it legally, without the requisite 2/3 of the Senate or the National Assembly to remove that chief justice of a country. And I mean, what can I say? So the short answer is that yes, even if it's not in the Constitution or not a law passed, the president can do that. But I do like that. Don't get me wrong. If the only thing is that what he's doing is the question to de-radicalize people, bring them to a more moderate position. It's a good thing. Aside from their ways and what they're doing, we are Africans. We love. I love everybody in Africa. Whether you're from Chad, you're from Niger. Yes, if you are doing the right thing, we can help you. But the problem is that they're killing us. So put them on in good clothes like that and socks and all that. It's not a bad thing. It's not the worst thing Buhari has done. They should try to de-radicalize these corporates, these murderers, these animals. They should try to de-radicalize them. I support that. But the thing is, are they doing that? So we can't spend our energy into this man's procedures. Is his main thing that he's doing. What is he doing? So I see him trying to calm down, probably do the right thing in the last 6 months, the last year. Trust me, if he goes through and just let this election be neutral, whoever wins it gets it, we can say thank you, good riddance, goodbye. So taking care of these terrorists is going to come under Baba Ahmed and Peter Obi. That's who's going to de-radicalize them. Almost all the problems we have to start in February after that election, because then the people would have to have an input into government. Right now, we have a dictator in office. Is he benevolent now? Perhaps in the last 6 months. So his chief of staff and others in the inner cabal, like vice president of the country, Osibanjo and all that, they don't seem to be working together with the APC candidate. So that's a good thing. If that's this posture, let's hold our nose until, let them put them in good, clean clothes so as they're not killing anybody. February, some sane people come in. So my short answer to your question is yes, he can. He has the ability to create programs, create laws. The president has the function of legislation himself. He has the function of declaring an emergency. He has the function of doing what you saw how he just changed the currency. Do you know how much fraud is involved in that changing of that currency? We don't know the serial numbers, where it starts, where it ends. He's just doing that without even the National Assembly. Semi-finalists were a surprise to them. So is it a good thing in a way? Maybe Tinubu won't be able to buy these elections with the monies he put in that bullion van that he took to his house and all that. But he's not a Democrat, and he's no good. So let's just be prepared to go out there and vote and then start over in February. He has the right to do anything to that country because he is a dictator.
Okay, Mr. Fansat, you just had to say that. All right, thank you.
I hope I still have my time to talk.
Yeah. Mr. Fansat?
Okay, yeah. Emma, thank you very much for a gracious host. And I said earlier that this Electoral Act of 2022, it's a very important thing. People are playing it down. You know, the Senate President, Lawan, a horrible guy, right? The worst Senate President we ever had. It's a rubber stamp. He had colluded with Buhari to take that APC slot. But unfortunately for him, the northern governors came to the rescue of Tinubu. I don't know how much money he gave them because it was a drama in front of all of us. We saw him do it. Yeah. Am I getting close to my 1 minute or something?
Yes,
okay.
sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
please.
Yes,
Okay, let me conclude what I was saying. But so this Electoral Act, the first victim is this Lawan, because he thought if he goes there, tries to get that nomination for the presidency, then he could go back to the Senate. So he didn't run in his senatorial district. I believe he's in Yobe somewhere, Yobe North. Right? This guy is a smart guy. He used to be a professor and everything. It's Yobe North senatorial district. He's been in the Senate for a long time. But he didn't know this law, this 2022, does not permit him to run for two offices at the same time. And he's been scratching and screaming, but he held. He could not remove the guy who beat him over there, Mr. Basha Mashina of APC. So let me tell you, this guy is tougher than Tinubu. He almost took that nomination from him, but he couldn't defeat that Electoral Act of 2022. So it's the same thing that's going to happen without Buhari. Who is Tinubu? His hands shaking, his legs shaking, his mouth is talking nonsense, right?
Oh, Mr.
When he can't
Fansat,
talk. All right. Thank you.
for your
Thank you very much. Thank you.
very much. Mr. Vi Maxwell, are you ready to give your final submission?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
All right.
Thank you so much. Like the questionnaire, for me, the last civilian, CNC commander-in-chief I served under was Obasanjo. And when Obasanjo sent troops to Zakibiam in Benue State, he sought the approval of the National Assembly. Because of the number of soldiers that were killed in that Zakibiam, that was the reason why. Did they act according to the rules of engagement for me? As at that time, I would tell you no, that they acted out of proportion. So they shouldn't have done what they did in Zakibiam, in Benue State. Same thing has to go with the Udi in Port Harcourt. I am not in support of the actions, the disproportionate force they use against those people. We were told that you can only kill. And when a soldier is trained, the soldier is trained to kill. There are two things in the minds of a soldier, either to immobilize you in such a way that you cannot wake up, but you will still be alive, or they eliminate you immediately. That is how we were trained. That is how every soldier is trained. In fact, in some cases, they will also ask you to improve on your firing skill and targeting, which is marksmanship, then snipers, when you hear of snipers. So that is the intention of every trained soldier, is to eliminate. In other words, to just immobilize that particular enemy or target. You see, so this is what the president, like now, how is the National Assembly checkmating the excesses of the president as we speak right now? That's another question. We know that the National Assembly that is there right now is a rubber stamp, not even a paper stamp. Whatever that comes to them, they swallow it. They cannot even look at it and weigh it if it is going to benefit the people. Because anything that you are going to do that is not of the interest of the people, the National Assembly must stand against it. But in this case, everything goes. So that is why all those things are going. For me, the Fulanis, look, let me tell you one thing. I like Fulanis. I have a lot of them that were my friends, even till today, that we still communicate. The problem I have with them is that there is no way the armed wing will enter into your country without the collaboration of the people that has lived with you before, that speak their language and understand who you are as well. They act as conduit. That is how it is. Investigations all over Nigeria has proven, I don't know, investigations are there, has proven that they act as conduit. And in some certain cases or incidents of these attacks, the Bororos, that's the house Fulanila will call them, the one you live within, that live around you, will pull away where these armed ones will come in and wreak the havoc and run away. So that is why if I'm calling out the armed wing, I will also call out those that, urge them to come in to kill the indigenous people. Now tell me, why didn't they kill the same, their brothers, their kinsmen, that were in the same area? Why is it only the indigenous people that are being slaughtered? So that is how it is. This repentant Boko Haram, for me, Mr. Pansat, I will tell you today, find out if there is any de-radicalizing center or rehabilitation center in Nigeria. I see it as a compensation. This government has proven that. I see it as a compensation to calm them down. Then if anything happens after the election, it didn't go their way, these guys will come back. They will come back, and the support they had when Goodluck Jonathan was there, by no other person but this particular man that is there that was speaking for them, standing for them, today, that time will also happen. We know Nigeria. History has a way of repeating itself. We will be here, and I pray that God will give us life so that we will see what will happen post 2023 election. Thank you so much, and may God continue to bless this platform for what you are doing. Pansat, thank you. Brother Chooks,
thank you,
God
officer.
bless you.
Thank you very much. By the way, don't be afraid of them. They cannot do anything. They cannot. That's not the way they've been doing it. They having these Fulanis in the forest come and kill villagers and cowardly. They haven't gone put on a uniform like soldiers and face man to man our people. They have, if they try it, then that would be beautiful. Later, if they're trained and they're soldiers and they want to fight, yeah, that's fine. But going cowardly, driving into villages, they're cowards. They don't scare anybody. It's just that our soldiers are compromised, and there's no way to resolve that but to do it legally through
Exactly.
They think that we're scared of them or they're doing something big. No, they are not. They are cowards.
They have executive support. That is the reason why they do what they do. Like my brother Pansa, they said that when a small boy or a small bird, one no titles on our bank when you're not Korean on our side.
Is of him.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. All right, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you for being on this podcast with me. Thank you for holding it down with me. Thank you. Samuel Olaka, thank you very much. Samuel Olaka is satisfied with your response, Mr. Vine Maxwell. Thank you for throwing more light on that. Thank you very much. Do well to join us on our other broadcasts, and please take our time to support us from time to time. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye for now.